Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it for I feel like the last weekend of the regular season of LaneSmash, and that's the beginning of the weekend. To be honest, we have only one match, but let's hope for a great one. It's going to be OP playing TR versus PTSD playing NC, and with me to co-cast that match, I'm joined by Dubnus. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, Atty. How are you?
I'm doing good. Actually, I chill for most of the day because I'm working like 50% of the time. So I had the time to really chill, and even had the time to enjoy the stream, the dev stream. I don't know if you've watched it. You were in ops, so you might not had time to watch the dev stream, but it was interesting. I would say interesting, but not really interesting and really hypeable, to be honest. But interesting overall.
Well, I know already that they've saying that they might stop you from being able to boost the Sunderers using the recon darts. And there's already discussion in the LaneSmash Discord about whether or not that might change any meta. So that'll be interesting in the future.
Yes, definitely. Speaking of the meta, we are going to play on a very long lane. There is few bases, but very long lane. We are, I think that's one of the lane that it is a 40 minutes timer, or I don't know. There is 6 bases on that entire lane. Sorry, the overlay is a bit bugged, so we don't have the lane on the bottom of the screen. We only have the score right at the top. But yeah, we're going to play on a Ymir Biolab to not Station. So yeah, for the TR will be starting onto Ymir, and for the NC starting on Biolab. What could you say on that lane?
Well, it's, as you say, a 40-minute lane. It's really quite
1 minute
vehicle orientated. Both the bases, so Frostfall and Geological, have points which you can just dominate with a combination of vehicle and air. And so whoever masters those 2 aspects today will be the winner.
Yes, it's true. Like I feel like Geological is a very cheesable kind of base, but yeah, we were talking a bit before the stream really started. Like OP had kind of issues that were not quite fixed, to be honest, though. So I really feel like PTSD has a really good shot to take the win. I would say 6-0, but
12,
yeah, this is
11,
quite a huge
10,
score, 6-0.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Well, I'm just over at the Biolab for the TR.
3,
they only have
2,
1 Mozzie. Everyone else is doing nothing.
Match start.
And there is a lot of people for the TR directly in the sky. For the NC, sorry. Good initiative.
Reset.
They are.
Everyone back to
Alright,
Walk gate.
so
back to your home base.
it seems that we had a false start.
Oh, that's really going to mess up the TR. That's really going to mess up their plans. What they were doing was they were going to
What are TR doing?
They were going to redeploy to Frostfall, pull vehicles, and then attack Geological. However, now because that has been a false start, they've just wasted 400 nanites on a pair of Sunderers.
And look at all the maxes inside the spawn room.
Oh, did they pull maxes as well?
Frostfall Overlook, there is a lot of maxes there. I feel like I kind of understand the strategy, but you have to be alive at your own base.
Yeah,
they are going to nuke the base, missing the Sunderer. Get the Sunderer, but doesn't get the maxes. So I really hope that the maxes are going to go down. Seems like they are redeploying. But yeah, you have to be alive on your home bases at the start.
So the TR were all alive on the landing pad. I counted 24. I'm pretty sure. And then it must have been on the NC side where
everyone
there was
please return to the home hex for a restart.
It must have been on the NC side because no one went early on the TR side. I was watching it, and that's going to ruin the TR nanite economy straight away.
Yeah, it's a huge pain to have lost all those nanites with all the maxes pulled. I feel like we should wait for a couple of minutes.
Match will start in 4 minutes. We'll have a small delay. Match will
small
start
delay
at
of 4 minutes, so does give us plenty of time to really try to, I would say, overanalyze what really happened. But yeah, having to lose all those maxes is quite a pain. There is few restriction, on this game. There is no umpire-specific launcher, so the TR can say bye-bye to the striker, and there will be no Phoenix on the side of the NC. But there is also no anti-infantry maxes, which are really interesting. So, but does favor the TR, to be honest, because they having the ponders is so important.
I fear for OP and the TR today because not having that striker. The striker is such a great air deterrence tool. It really, really, really powerful, right? In this, especially in the current meta where air is super powerful, unless you have a striker.
Yeah, especially with as well the NC side where they have to pull the Sunderer from all the air from the warp gate, and the warp gate is so close, so you can have Valkyrie nearly 24/7. To be honest.
Yeah, TR are definitely going to struggle if they don't deny the air properly. So if they go through with their original strat, expect a couple of sky guards, maybe anti-air buses, and then the thing is though, there's no tech plant for either side, which means no battle tanks, no Prowler or Vanguard.
Yeah,
which means the TR haven't pulled any Prowlers. They don't have any from their warp gate. So it's going to be really interesting to see whether or not the NC will be able to just counter that armor push.
Yes. 2 minutes until match start.
What we saw as well for the very early start was a lot of air on the side of the NC. But they were kind of, to be honest, if there was a false start from one of the team, the NC was a really bad false start, to be honest, because there was a lot of rivers in the sky, but they were nowhere near the point where they could really drop easily on Frostfall Overlook. And looking at the amount of cheese that the TR were about to pull with a lot of maxes and Sunderer to go directly to geological survey camp, they rough start, to be honest, for the TR.
Yeah, and so because there's not long to go until the match start, I can't reveal that the NC.
It is a early start from the NC, from one of the NC, a very early start.
1 minute until match start. 1 minute.
So the NC do have 3 Vanguards, which means if OP do go with this armor plan, they might have a really big problem on their hands, especially if they don't pull enough anti-air to deal with those Reavers.
I feel like it could be pulling the Vanguard takes a lot of time. This is all AP Vanguard, to be honest. So this is going to be rough for the TR. At least the Thunder will not last, and I feel like this kind of opening is kind of standard, to be honest, where you kind of expect to have at least some
30 seconds,
some armor to really take down all the cheese that can come from your opponent. And here, having those Vanguard, this is kind of a straight line directly to the geological survey camp. So it seems same strategy so far. One Mossy, everyone is alive on the TR side. They are going to commit suicide here, directly redeploying, so no death so far. And the match has started. I need to think about the timer. Yeah, there it is. We are finally alive. But yeah, one Mossy. I really fear that this Mossy is gonna die very, very quickly without his gunner, his pilot being able to just go and touch the point. So he's now on foot with a 1 HP. and we have the same start.
So the TR have pulled 5 Sunderers. They have a load of maxes and infantry on the point at Frostfall Overlook, and now the aerial bombardment of those Sunderers begins. Looks like they're just gonna try and turtle the point for 40 minutes. But
it is going to be quite long, to be honest, to hold for 40 minutes. But yeah, we will see. But so far, a lot of hair. All the Sunder are basically down. I'm quite amazed that there is not that much anti-air max, and as well that the turrets, the anti-air turrets on the base is not manned, to be honest, because 1 turret plus 1 anti-air max, you should be able to take down at least some reavers, or to deter them to just come and go inside the base. Let's have a look inside the point.
This is a complete and utter disaster for OP so far.
I think it was meant to be it.
But why? Because what, are they just going to sit on that point for 40 minutes? Eventually you run out of rest days, eventually you run out of your grenades.
10 maxes.
Yeah, but the maxes will just get C4'd.
Yeah, at some point, yes. I feel like there is also some cute little wall, but they will go down at some point as well. 1 max in the spawn room, there is doing quite a lot of damage to the reavers. 1 reavers is already down, but the ground pounder is still going strong.
That is, it's certainly a different tactic to start the match off.
Yeah, generally we have like the teams trying to go for the back cap, and yeah. We could technically have that back cap up and running because there was a stalker going directly to the geological survey camp. Would be quite hilarious to see if the back cap is running, but yeah, has been, I would say, has been denied. No, the infiltrator is right there inside the building. He's hiding. No, he's on top of the building. So, oh yeah, they're just playing like to buy as much time as they can and be as much annoying as they could technically be. And right now there is few rivers up in the sky, 3 in totals for now. There is a 4th one coming in, but yeah, so far the point on Frostfall Overlook has been untouched, and all the maxes are quite alive.
Makes me wonder if so the NC are now pushing up, and they're going to get like their attack set up, so they're bringing in their Sunderer for spawn logistics, etc. Maybe the TR are waiting for the NC to fully commit to their ground assault before taking air control and then going for the back cap. That could be the play.
That could be the play, yes. There is not much river up in the sky, so taking control of the sky could be easily done, but you have 10 to 11, maybe 12 maxes right on the point, so it is really difficult to have with that many people in maxes, so you don't really want to waste nanites. What are you going to do? With what reinforcement you are going to take the air? Because you have to rep the maxes, and if you count 1 engineer per maxes, which is the bare minimum to be honest, you have basically no air available because you had. This is a 24-man roster. A lot of repair nade here. There is few medics in the mix. They should stay alive the last, to be honest. But there is not that much medics to be. But in a good C4 ferries could do the trick to take down all the medics, and suddenly you take down the medic. There is no one to really heal the engineer, so the engineer can't quite repair the max, and the max goes down. So yeah, we will see. 1 engineer is already done, will be rested directly onto the points. So yes, so far Frostfall Overlook still holding strong.
They're still holding strong. I'm waiting for, some like canister harassers or something.
Would
just
be hilarious.
drive them up.
Maybe an Ash. Look at the Vanguard. Look at the Vanguard. Has been uncontested. And it's not like you do have a Ponder Maxes right inside the spawn room. He's the max who has switched from anti-air to anti-vehicle. The maxi, the Vanguard is doing some damage, but he's burning.
That Vanguard did have a Cobra on top of it, but it gets instantly C4'd and blown up by powder maxes.
Yeah, I feel that angle was a bit too greedy, to be honest. You could be safe here with some harassers from the back, coming from the southeast, and we finally have some infantry coming in, a few heavies in the mix. C4 Ferries can't quite get the detonation on the C4, but you have few maxes on the ground. Will take a lot of time to rest them. It's not like they have the implant to be auto-revived. Raves grenade directly onto the point from the TR. They are alive, but all the maxes are pretty much dead, or as good as dead. One max is full HP, but the other one will be rest. But yeah, one max is stayed alive. Should be the time for the NC to push directly onto the point.
Nope, full back cap now. The timer has just been flipped by a lone infiltrator, 0.
That's the same guy. Yeah, that's the same guy, and all the beacons. That's the guy from the opening, and now you have a beacon. Beautiful squad play. The goal was to hold as long as possible, make them lose time, and props to the TR. Like, the NC didn't touch the point for 7 minutes, which is quite long. And now Geological is under threat. We have a lot of reavers from the side of the NC, so on the TR side it will be really complicated to just, with only beacons, to stay alive onto Geological server camp. But the goal here is to just make them burn time, because it is quite a long lane, and if your transition is not on point, you have the 4 minutes timer, plus the biolab right at the end, which can be a max fest, to be honest. But yeah, if you're looking to you're basically the underdog here on this match. PTSD, great team. OP, not that great of a team, like not as PTSD is. They had quite a lot of issues, but here they are fighting for sustainability and burning as much time as possible, not really to cap any bases. Here the timer will be rolled back once again, kind of a small of a contest directly onto the point. Few infiltrators and some medics directly onto the point. So, oh my.
TR back caps.
If TR are back caps, now that can be a really tricky situation. The thing is, like, they burn through 7 minutes, like even more, 8 minutes and a half. So they suddenly have all their nanites available, at least for the 11 maxes that were alive at the beginning of the game. So we could see an 11 maxes push coming in on Frostfall Overlook just to try and erect DNC that are onto the point. But it is a tricky base to defend, to be honest, considering that you have the air control for DNC.
Yeah, you've got harassers on the road for PTSD.
Yeah.
You've got air hammers, rocket pods, everything coming in. All manner of cheese being used by the NC. And TR currently...
Except maxes.
Oh, but for now.
We can't blame them for that, because the NC max without the anti-infantry is quite boring and not meta at all.
I mean, like, in terms of options right now for OP, they are so super limited. Maybe you do an air pool if you have pilots, because all the NC Reavers are doing air to ground. That might work. But then again, there's enough Reavers there to, you know, you're really going to have to be using a lot of people.
Yeah, I do agree on the Gal, like a Gal drop. But the fact is that with so many Reavers up in the sky, the Gal will just melt like ice on in a desert, to be honest. Very hot desert. And yeah, I don't think, like, even dropping is not really a viable option, but you need to drop with some maxes, otherwise you're just going to be useless. You have a Sunderer now onto the point. So, after a couple of minutes of TR holding strong on Frostfall Overlook, finally the NC have unlocked the points and are pretty much uncontested. There is very few action here on the spawn room. You can't quite be stay alive outside. Maybe just to rejoin the teleporter. You have a teleporter to go inside that building. But yeah, I would think that we are just delaying now and we are preparing for a guard drop, I would think. Or maybe no, there is few Skyguard on the road, like very few. There is quite a lot of Skyguard, to be honest. A few tanks as well.
So if you look into the hills for the OP, they're bringing in a few Skyguards, as you say, along with some AP Lightnings coming in over the hills. With 60 seconds to go, if they rush that point with all those Lightnings, maybe they can open the flank, get a beacon up, maybe flip the point back. It's going to be really difficult to tell though.
Bashar, the beacon up is up on triple stack, should be allowing his squad to just redeploy, takes down the beacon of the NC. 45 seconds remaining. Do we see some beacons up in the sky? The TR beacon is still alive, so should allow the TR to come back alive, at least come back more alive than they should be. Starting from their spawn room, but no drops so far from the beacon. But finally the TR are making their move right onto the point with some maxes in the mix. They should be able to contest the point. The point is contesting by the TR. There is no NC to defend that push, and yeah, maybe a bit too reliant on their rivers and air cheese, I would say. Like, they kind of forget to defend the point.
Yep, so their Vanguard stay to the northeast on the other side of the road. Not in a great position to assist the harassers and Sunderers getting blown up by the AP Lightnings, with the Skyguards providing the anti-air. And then instead of transitioning down onto the point as infantry, they sort of just, as you say, were over-reliant on their cheese, and they didn't have the infantry point hold there. If they had an infantry point hold transition, they would have been fine.
Yeah, I do agree with it, and we are rolling back the timer that the NC had on that base. It's kind of a shame that the Vanguard were a bit too safe here on the other side of the road. They couldn't quite intercept the pool of lightning. Few Vanguards should have been able to stop at least the AP or the Skyguard to really get onto the base. So, bit of unfortunate, to be honest, for PTSD to kind of miss that opportunity. But yeah, I'm quite impressed, to be honest, by OP. They were kind of they're back against the wall, and they suddenly managed to defend that base.
Yeah, so doing that many Lightnings and Skyguards and stuff, it's really off meta. But if you have enough of them, and the PTSD side, they mainly had anti-infantry weapons on their Sunderers and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't shoot the Lightnings. Like their Cobalt Bust did no damage to the Lightnings.
Yeah.
And it just meant that without the air support,
they even are trying to take down Lightnings with the Air Hammer, which I think does a couple of damage, but not quite as much as very dedicated anti-ground reavers.
Yeah, so those Vanguards are still on the northeast side. They're not really having much effect. They put a couple shells onto some Lightnings and stuff. I saw one AP Lightning go down to them. But those there's a harass coming on the rear. It's a Bulldog harass. It's going to go down pretty easily if the TI are actually able to hit it. There we go. 1 minute 20 now left on Frostfall Overlook.
The NCR are pushing from the south. Yeah, the Sunderer there. Not even a Cloak Sunderer. That's a Battle Sandy. Trying to resist as much as the Lightning could try to destroy. One max. Sanaway is alive right onto the point. So we are back into the kind of a stalling tactics, where you are looking to turtle onto the point, but a very light turtle here from the TR.
Are you not better
Yeah, with 45 seconds left to go, you expect the NC to be able to push back in right now.
Yeah,
they're bringing
they
up
have
that
to.
harasser. A harasser is a bulldog harasser. That's going to be shelling that max.
I really like you could technically go for the Cobalt one, but the fact is Cobalt you have to have the direct line of sight to the max. So here, even behind when the max is behind cover, you can technically do some damage. The C4 Fairy can't quite get the C4 connected onto the infantry. The res will be coming in, but I do think that he's going to go down as soon as he get up. It is the case, but yeah, TR is still looking to roll back entirely the timer that had the NC, and let's have a look a bit onto Geological Survey Camp, because is there a backup running? Do we have an infill in the base? I think it is. There is an NC here and a TR, so a backup coming in quite soon in Geological, maybe.
According to my population map, that there's no TR in that hex.
Oh, okay. My UI showed like 50-50, one NC, one TR.
Using the expanded map.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really slow to update.
Yeah, there is.
So the NC are trying to push back in onto the point, but there's like 20. I think there must be 20 TR on the Phosphor Overlook point, just sitting there. Just like their opener. They're just going to try and sit here for as long as they can.
With a lot less maxes. There is only one, a few TR, a few NCR pushing directly onto the point. C4, Res Grenade coming in, Res Grenade for the TR, trying to stay alive as much as they can. Sanaway goes down on the max, Kiki's got Res on the point, but can't quite stay alive. Unfortunately, the NC managed to pull back the TR and wipe them off the point. They will be able to get a timer running, so there was no backup attempt on Geological Survey Camp.
So it's going to be interesting now to see what OP do, because will they go back to the same lightning strat with the AP lightnings and the sky guards, or do they have a different tactic up their sleeve? Because right now, all I can see is them in the spawn room and the teleporter room. Oh, they're finally using the anti-air gun. So that's
finally, first time they are really using that air gun. I'm quite amazed that it is not a mandatory target for the Reavers to take down. It is finally being targeted, but yeah, as soon as the turret is under repaired, it's been repaired, you should try to take down one infill, trying to get the hack, but the turret goes down just before he was able to really hack it. But yeah, I would be quite amazed that the TR are going to go for once again that big lightning push, because I feel like yeah, on the biolab you have a lot of you have kind of that air battle coming in with few libs in the mix for the NC, waiting for those Skyguard to be pulled directly from the biolab. Once again, the lightning are up and running, and we do have some light air for the TR. 3 Mossies so far, should go up to 5 Mossies in the air. There is few Reavers, and Reavers are, most of them are kind of anti-infantry, so TR should be able to wipe the airball that had the NC, and even the libs goes down. It is quite painful because they were kind of relying on the libs to go down to really counter that lightning bush.
Yeah, but if they still have Skyguard, so it's gonna, that lib is really gonna have a hard time trying to do anything. Currently, NC are trying to hold on to the point of possible overlook. There's a few maxes for the TR. They kind of just walk out, then they get shot by the Fury harasser, then they go back into the shield, and it's rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I feel like finally they are trying to rush a bit the point. Kiki leading the charge here, followed by Sanaway, and a few of the maxes. The harasser goes down, but oh my god, baby! Big ramp, no, what the hell? He didn't. No. Only one? But a lot of maxes died. There was a C4 in the mix. One max is alive. There was like at least two to three maxes being killed here. One lightning managed to join the point. That's an Ash lightning, and should be able to do quite a lot of damage. You're firing at your ally. Don't try to team kill the max. You're going to use that tool.
Are they able to actually get it? The NC just need one res grenade.
45.
There we go. That's a res grenade for the NC. And now there's one max gone down, two maxes gone
So
down.
low.
Point is clear of the TR maxes. NC surely have this now with 35 seconds to go on the cap timer.
Yeah, the TR were relying a bit too much on the lightning, so unfortunately the lightning were quite slow to get into the base. The max rush didn't really work out. They managed to, like, they had 5 to 7 maxes to push and only 2 managed to touch the point. So NC really looking to get the capture here. 15 seconds remaining. A few last good pushes from the TR. Can they stay alive here onto the point? They are contesting the point. 10 seconds remaining. More TR than there is any NC onto the point. So TR flipping the point. Finally, no res grenade coming in for the NC. So they are finally wiped out. Very close call for the TR here. No maxes, no nanites left. So yeah, it is going to be a very long match, but definitely not a wipe I would have predicted, to be honest. I would have predicted a 6-0, and so far we are still on 0-0 mark. NC pushing in.
The reason why we see this, I mean, there's an NC drop from their beacon, which is on the radio tower. The reason why we see this is because the NC had 12 people at most on that point at possible overlook. But now they push back in. The safeguard medics and are doing well. There's 38 seconds left now. TR nowhere to be seen. Their maxes are dead. They have a couple of...
Yeah, the Mosses and the Hash are quite painful. 3 Mosses hammering, 4 Mosses hammering onto the point. Few lightnings in the mix. They should be able to defend that point as long as the point... since the spawn room is so close to the point, you can basically throw a res grenade from the spawn room directly onto the point. I feel like you could have practiced that res grenade throw, and we are aiming to maybe get a tie after the first round, and I'm quite surprised about it. So maybe the second round will be more interesting, and we may see some caps here and there, but so far, very interesting match. TR playing the game of stalling, sustaining the capture timer, but NC are managing with every few attempts to get a bit closer to the cap.
Yeah, the play with the Sky Guards is great play because OP knew they didn't have the air power to sustain an air fight, so they're like, okay, we'll go for Sky Guards, and then they realized, well, you know, PTSD, they often heavy reliance on vehicle cheese, so Sunderers, Harassers, etc. Well, how do you counter them? Well, load of AP Lightnings in the mix of all the Sky Guards, and it's worked well because they knew that if they could get to the point after removing all that cheese, there wouldn't be enough infantry, or PTSD wouldn't have the quality of infantry to be able to hold that point. And because of that, they've played really well, and there's 2 minutes now left on a timer before they can go for a back cap. Probably might only see a harassing back cap, like we've already seen in this game.
Yeah. I can't quite see like how they could transition from that defense to an attack on Geological Survey Camp, as they like... Yeah, it is going to be really difficult. They should be moving with the lightnings, to be honest, to try and go in directly on the transition. Start your transition now. Your lightning are quite slow. You can deny the push from the NC, but look at the roads. Oh my god, there is few Thunderers coming in, few lightnings, not a lot of lightnings, to be honest. And if they are playing as passive as the Vanguard are playing, that can be good news for the TR, but
they're driving straight up into
yes, they just don't care.
And there goes one repair Thunderer short. There it goes, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, they've already...
One lightning is down. Two Thunderer managed to go through the base, and they are just rushing the lightnings
really want to get rid of
here.
those lightnings, huh? They really don't like those lightnings.
Oh no, they don't. They really need to get rid of those. One lightning is again down. I feel like there is two lightnings remaining for the TR. Three. There is a third one directly onto the next to the point. That's a Skyguard. Should be able to be taken down by infantry. Another Skyguard being taken down by that hero lightning. The only remaining lightning on the NC side, at least on the push. And they are basically avoiding each other at that point. Here, OP versus PTSD, the battle of the lightning. Whereas on the point, we are closing in on fully defending that base. The lightning battle has been won by the NC, and now we are kind of back on having that air control. We still have some Skyguard, two Skyguard around that point, so we should be able to be safe on that base. Frostfall Overlook, there is nowhere near any NC as they could have been. Once this is a lightning trying to sneak inside the base. Two APs are remain, one behind the ass of that Skyguard. We will see the kind of damage that he can do, but there is no Thunderer.
It's
And
a good,
yeah.
The NC do have a beacon by the triple stack, but this is actually quite a good lesson for everyone watching on how to tell Frostfall Overlook. It looks like there's a lot of pop over at Geological Survey.
Yeah, I saw a Thunderer sneaking in for the TR. That's a Cloak Thunderer looking to deploy by the crystal, the purple crystal. Has been noticed though. So one Reaver is already firing at that.
They're not the only ones who've been noticed. The infantry push for the TR also noticed by PTSD. They had a harass on that point straight away. You know, the Reavers beaten down with the rocket pods. And so that point is it's not even going to get flipped. The timer won't even be started.
Yeah, there is a few infantry remaining. That's still infiltrator clock here. The Stalker clock stayed alive, hiding on that rock. But yeah, still no action on Frostfall Overlook. The point is relatively calm. One lightning is around to just spawn camp that vehicle terminal, which is looking to be hacked anytime soon. But yeah, Geological Survey Camp still under threat, I would say. A very light threat, to be honest, as the point is flipping, but there is very few infantries on it.
I mean, those Reavers are just circling around with their low pods. The Harasser drives in every so often, and there's about 40 who tried to push the point. Only one of them is alive right now. And it's just, yeah, once that timer, which is started by the way at Frostfall Overlook, now it's just a quick transition over to Frostfall, and TR lightnings again, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's the go-to defense for the TR here. Really depends on how long it's going to take them to pull all those lightning. One lib is was on fire. One lib on the NC side is lurking around the biolab to try to intercept the lightnings. Very good play, to be honest, to try and intercept that lightning push, because so far has been quite successful on the TR side to pull all those lightning. But what we were kind of missing on PTSD side was infantry onto the point. Do you think that we are going to repeat the same mistakes once again?
No, I don't think so, right? I think this time they're just going to opt for some Reavers to stop the infantry push from the spawn and teleport a bit.
We have a good infantry push to triple stack now.
Oh, but guys, farm! There's low pods, please! There we go.
There is some, but you have to reload now and then. And oh, the Yaras are kind of missing the roadkill here. But yeah, there is a few people dead. A few people managed to sneak around in the triple stack. The max against the medic, stand away, kind of jump scared the medic here, but managed to stay alive. Michael will take down that max. Michael trying to get a bit greedy on the triple stack defense. Gets jump by Bashar. on his light assault, Bashar managed to take him down. So a lot of beacons are alive on the TR side around that triple stack, so they should be able to really secure that building, and you need that building under control in order to really have a safe free push onto the point.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff, trying to get the control of the triple stack so then they can push into the square building, which is of course the point. Those two harassers are harassing away around the point. Then you have the
C4 ferries, maybe? No.
I feel like the TR might just try to jump down, push, and there's nothing special about what they're about to do, because they've got no vehicles. Yeah. It's all infantry inside this triple stack, from what I can see.
Yeah, I think this harasser around the triple stack just need to get ready for the big road kills coming in, because we are closing in on that less than a minute remaining on Phosphor Overlook. We are already less than 9 minutes into the first round. I'm quite amazed that the TR managed to hold that strong. We are kind of joking, now they have to hold for 40 minutes onto Phosphor Overlook. They are looking to go for that kind of strategy and make it work, but yeah, they kind of have their back against the wall once again on Frostfall Overlook. Do we have
push coming in for the triple stack, gets run over, it's rocket podded.
Oh my god.
Everything is dying out in the open, no cover, Res Grenade comes out, and again, the roadkill is ridiculous.
Yeah, the two are kind of messing with each other. Like, you will not get my roadkill here. But yeah, only dead TR.
One person from the TR did get it into the 7-6-8. Shout out to them. Great running skills, I guess. But
yeah.
Side,
a lot of C4 ferries. Oh my god, so many road kills here. The RSR is still alive, I'm quite amazed. There is one Max who is quite low. He finally goes down. NC finally get one score on the board. Oh my god. What is that kind of round?
I mean, that was such an... It was a nice turtling hold, you know.
Oh yeah.
Short stack, you know, we know how to turtle. And it was nice to see OP turtle for that long. It can get quite boring. But, you know,
I feel like it was not as boring as... compared to just watch A team steamroll the other one, so I'm quite surprised. I'm amazed by the TR strategy. Definitely was the good one on that first round. 7 minutes, we're still in the threat zone of being under capture for either Waimea Eastern Way Station or, once again, Frostfall Overlook, which if OP can touch the point, which they haven't quite been able to do so, unfortunately for them, on Geological Survey Camp. Yeah, they could theoretically capture Frostfall Overlook back.
So there, okay, so already we see Sunderer inside for PTSD. However, they've kind of messed up. It's a cloak bus where you can just put it in just inside the base, because you have to put it against that wall, because that's how far the
non-deploy zone.
Yes,
coming in. The harasser, he as well is back at it again on the Cobalt. Very open map here. Very important that the Sunday stayed alive, the Cloak Sunderer, and that the rest of the infantry can finally go inside the base, try to secure that Sunderer up. Other Sunderer are alive. They are Cloak Sunderer, so kind of a mistake here. Maybe having that double repair or maybe a blockade one. Could have just tank more damage.
That's a lot of infantry going for that point now. Surely it's going to start to flip, which it does. The rocket pods coming in, but not from the NC for once. It's actually TR OP using some low pod mozzies. There's a small air battle going up for once, trying to contest the air.
2v2 up in the sky, one river versus two rivers versus one Mossy. One Mossy is trying to help out. One rivers is down. Unfortunately, we are down to 1 versus 3. Can he manage to take down that one river, that one Mossy that is burning? Unfortunately, not so. Finally, the Mossies are in total control of the sky, and the Sunderer is not dead.
Well, the Sunderers didn't pull any anti-air weapons on them because the NC have had air control for the entire match, and now there's some drifted LA coming in from the fire lab. Now there's a. What is this on the road? By the ammo tower, there's just a load of flashes.
Yeah, I feel like on that note, I don't know, feel kind of. It might be, to be honest, it might be quicker to just pull a flash from the biolab to go from a flank, compared to just take respawn on the biolab and take the jumper to land on. Between the respawn and the point where the NCR are sitting, but yeah, I kind of understand the idea. The execution is not quite there.
Well, what they were trying to do, they were trying to drive Fury flashes in through the south side of the base, and there was this one heavy on the NC side. His name began with S. It was a named account.
This is what you really love to see.
As they came through and denied 4 flashes or 3 flashes.
Yeah. I feel like that it's such a tight gap for the flash to just cross safely.
Yeah, why not go through the crystals to the south?
Oh my god, yeah.
Anyway, the point is now...
Still under control, but a lot of Mossies.
All the Sunderers have been destroyed except for one for the NC. They just pulled another one, but it's going to go down now. And so they have to turtle the point. The NC have to sit on the point. Look at the radio tower. I was just going to say that the NC heavy goes down. There's a small hold. I don't think there's enough infantry on this point for the NC.
No, they should be able to. TR should be able to just clear them off the point as they just did. And yeah, we are in the territory where that base can still be captured by the NC, right? But yeah, Frostfall Overlook, no way can't be threatened to anymore. So we are looking to either a 1-0 lead for PTSD after the first round, or a 2-0 if they manage to come in the next 10 seconds to come on the point and capture it and hold for the for the remaining second in the first round.
Well, PTSD I don't think they're worried about, about winning or losing this game, right?
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining.
You know, you look at the bracket, the group stage. Okay, yeah, if OP won this game, they would have overtaken GSG. However, it doesn't look very likely now, and so PTSD, it kind of doesn't matter to them if they draw, win or lose, because they've already topped the group. OP, of course, you know, if they manage to get a draw, they might actually take over GSG on a round difference. So that could have some repercussions later on in the tournament. But do OP want to be fighting the A bracket teams, or do OP want to be fighting those C bracket teams coming in for the I think it's the Hope Trophy?
Yeah, definitely kind of a strategy inside the strategy, because you have to think about the strategy for losing or winning the game, but the strategy as well, like how bad do we need to lose or how strong do we need to win. Yeah, both teams kind of agreed on let's stop the fighting for the first round, let's have maybe a bit of a look on Phosphor Overlook. There is some Mossies action, some infantry as well, so TR stepping a bit on the point just for a moral standpoint. I would say it is quite good to see TR finally on the offensive
30 seconds.
On Frostfall Overlook, but yeah, 30 seconds remaining. Not quite enough, to be honest.
Yeah, I really like the turtling actually from OP, because as you say, right, we both thought before the
10
match
seconds.
they would just get steamrolled.
Oh yes.
But they showed that, you know, you have to bring infantry gameplay as well. Like
3,
you can't
2,
just crouch
1,
on your Sunderers.
Match end. 1-0 to PTSD. Please, everyone, please leave the continent, and then wait until we tell you.
And there we have it. End of the first round, and by a very surprising score of 1-0 for PTSD.
I mean, you say it's just only surprising for 1-0, but like that in itself is like just feels bad, right? Because you want every game to be competitive.
Yes.
And it being so far on the back foot that almost everyone predicts you're going to be losing this match 3-0 at the half time. They've done really well to be able to maintain just the 1-0 scoreline, but still feels bad that maybe that's the best they could do. I'm hoping we see the TR take Forceful Overlook, take Eastern Way Station, get into that biolab, and try and get that full comeback going, because that would be really epic to see.
So we have some stats provided by our staff. We lost 28 lightning on the side of the TR. That's quite a lot of lightning
so far this tournament.
Probably. Probably. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, I think there was a lot of lightning lost for the TR, but it was kind of a insider strategy, to be honest.
I would like to point out that every single res which was given for both teams was taken. So none of this caring about KD.
True.
It's nice to see, to be honest, because some teams
they just
don't accept reses.
The fact is, you can't quite but that number always, those two numbers always have to be the same, because you can't quite detect a res given but not accepted, because you don't get the XP tick. So yeah, res given and res taken are basically the same thing for the same stats. But yeah, a lot more reses coming in for the TR. We are kind of the realm of doubling the number of reses from the TR on the TR side. It is quite bad to not have the number of max kill.
Left the continent.
I can't quite see it.
I can't find the amount of max kills right now. But compared to other games, right, it's going to be much lower than normal, because most of the force multipliers which were destroyed were harassers, sunderers, and lightnings. And a couple of flashes were killed as well.
It is quite sad that we don't see the number of flashes destroyed.
Remember, you need to spawn on another continent.
They were not destroyed.
There were 2 flashes were lost for the TR, but like the reason why that number's not higher is because the drivers were just shot in the face.
Yeah, and not destroyed.
Drive through that choke point.
We lost 48 ESF. 48 ESF on the side of PTSD. Which, yeah, you kind of understand. There was a lot of Skyward at some point. They were really reliant on that, having that airball quite dominant onto the base. But at some point, you need to go infantry to get the cap up and running. But we did not see any Valkyrie, which I kind of have that feeling that we could technically see some Valkyrie on the second round for PTSD, because Geological Survey Camp is a very good base to get some Cas Valk and up and running, circling around the point with
remember that you
with some rivers
enter
as
the
well.
continent until you are told, please leave the continent.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good opportunity now to just remind people what those gentleman agreements are. Yep. No Empire-specific launchers and no AI maxes. The reason why that's relevant for your point just now is that means for TR, there's no strikers, which is a really powerful anti-air tool. And so those Cas Valks, as you say, could just tear apart infantry at Geological Survey Camp.
Yes, indeed. They could do some serious damage. For the air. Just imagine having 4 people firing some striker everywhere. I kind of discovered I knew the power of the striker, because I'm used to having it in front of me because I'm playing NC. But for the second outfit war, we played TR for Red Mist, and yeah, the striker was my best friend, to be honest. It is quite a good and powerful weapon for anti-air, and for anti-air only. I feel like the Lancer is more towards a bit of a middle ground between the Phoenix and the striker, because you can kind of lock everything from long range, which yeah, for the Phoenix you can only target from long range, but you can't quite get any rocket on any SF. The Phoenix is a vehicle based anti-vehicle ground vehicle rocket launcher, but yeah, the striker, especially for the TR, you said it before we started commenting that casting that game, that the TR banned the OP banned the striker, the Empire specific rocket launcher, before they knew they were TR. So kind of yeah, putting a bullet in your foot, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, because I don't understand why you would agree to that when you know that PTSD have stronger pilots than you. So you kind of just want to be like, well, you know, if we get TR, then we have it. And if we don't get TR, then at least we still have the Phoenix launcher, which we can use to kill those, you know, their vehicle cheese, right? The harassers, the sunderers.
Yeah.
And that, of course, is a lot cheaper in terms of nanites than pulling a load of lightnings. They could have, you know, if they still had access to the Phoenix, maybe they could have pulled half the amount of lightnings that they did, have a faster infantry push, re-secure the base faster, transition up to geological survey camp. However, you know, both teams wanted, you know, were happy to ban them, and to be honest, like, it's not a huge loss, but still, it's the little things in LaneSmash which add up.
Yes, it is very, very true. Let's talk the last. Let's have a last comparison between the How To team. We had 602 kills for PTSD, and we had 408 kills for OP. It is quite a lot, a huge difference. 200 kill difference here. Which kind of makes sense. PTSD was the dominant team here, and I feel like they could go for a much better performance on the second round.
A lot of referee calls this
yes.
game.
We had a lot. Yeah, there is some games where the referee barely talks, just go for the timers here and there. But yeah, we do have a lot of talks. It is the last match of the regular season. Then we have the playoff for those two teams.
Yeah, and we got a couple matches. I think tomorrow. A really
we have a
big
lot.
Match, really big match to decide in the best of three. TM versus Short Stack. The two A bracket teams. That's going to be a really good match. If you haven't got anything to do tomorrow, Ati, and of course the viewers, make sure you watch that match, because I can tell you now,
the second stream, the auxiliary stream on that match. So I will be casting that match on Planetside Battles too, but we will have Galos and Billy commenting on over that specific channel, PSB main channel. And yeah, we have quite a lot of matches tomorrow. We have 3. We have Cobalt Terrence versus YJS, Short Stack versus TM, and Dump versus GETR, which I feel like Dump versus GETR should be an interesting match.
I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure. I thought GETR
30 seconds
pulled out of the tournament.
Match start. Right? 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. Let me check.
I feel
yeah. Oh, so never mind. We have 2 matches. We don't have GTR versus Dump. Yeah. I was like not scrolling entirely, and yeah, I didn't have the big lane for feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right.
10 seconds.
GTR pulled out of the tournament.
Yeah, which is a shame because more teams make it more interesting.
Oh,
And
yes.
talking about
3,
interesting,
2,
NC going
1,
with the same
match start,
strat,
match
loads
start,
of
match
Reavers.
start.
Loads of
There we
Reavers
go.
for the NC, so the same strat as they did in the first half. It'd be interesting to see what the TR are doing. No eyes on them yet. Doesn't look like they've got. Oh my word, Atty! Oh my!
What are they doing? What are they doing?
Geological
Oh
survey
my
camp,
god!
have a look.
Are they all the infantry's
Yes!
maxes? Is all the infantry max? Are they trying to just hide the point?
Sky. What? That's amazing!
What the hell is happening in that game? What the hell? They are all repair, right? Yes, they are all repair. Try to stall as much as you can.
Oh wow!
If the
that's
focus
not
fire
bad.
is not
That's
on point.
wailing.
Oh my
man.
god. This is madness. This is madness. And I think it is quite a smart move from the Reavers to just go for the mosquitoes, then try to focus fire every galaxy, one after the other. Oh my god, this is
It's a
mental.
smart move. Like those galaxies have the anti-air guns manned, and those walkers are just firing away. So yeah, they might take down the mozzies, but at what cost? At what cost? Because they, at any point, OP could use these galaxies to quickly transition over to the next base.
No, we don't have any backups on Frostfall Overlook, which is kind of a shame, to be honest. From OP, like, you know that you're going to sustain the fight. Just go send someone drop on the previous base. Nogal has been killed so far. They are all, like, there is one burning. Yeah.
Two just exploded. I just saw sand away. One will blow up, and now it's just gonna chip away, bring down the third galaxy. Boom! There it goes. They're focusing fire. The pilots for PTSD are doing the right thing. You know, you
staying
call
very
out
far.
the same galaxy.
Yeah.
You just focus it down.
They are staying also very far, so it's really complicated for the walkers to be one accurate and to do damage over time. Yeah, once one galaxy goes down, there is still a lot of gal here. There is 8 gal remaining on the base, but yeah, they are slowly but surely burning away.
You know what though? It's so nice to see something different in LaneSmash.
Something new, yeah, compared to you have the usual drop or you have the big vehicle pool.
Yeah, we'll just spam Sunderers on a plane.
Yeah.
No, OP says, let's pull a load of sky whales.
And now we have the road break from the NC coming in, the 4 vanguards. Here just hammering away at the remaining gal. Like, I feel like with some good AP shots you can take down gal very quickly. 4 gal remaining. One can't quite repair the other one, but 3s are just all bunched up together. And yeah, do we have any kind of backup on Frostfall Overlook? I don't think there is any.
Yet, no. Currently, TR are they just want to turtle. I think they're just trying to stop themselves from getting run over this match. And you know what? Something as probable or improbable even as pulling 12 repair galaxies is enough to throw PTSD off for enough time that it's unlikely they're going to be able to take not Amp Station, because that's a 1 point Amp Station.
That's a very boring Amp Station as well, because like 1 point Amp Station is the most boring base that you can ever have on Planetside 2, to be honest. You have to be inside the same area for 6 minutes and try to hold as much as you can, which, fair to say that OP did, staying inside the same area for 7 minutes.
There's like 6 or
Finally,
like something engineers all
one
on that
remaining.
galaxy. It goes down, only one left now. There's a Vanguard shooting it. Oh.
Yeah, the Vanguard is inside the base. Finally, all the galaxy are white, but I do agree with you that kind of throw away the strategy that PTSD had And now it's time for improvisation. The timing was not great on the vehicle hack, the terminal hack for the vehicle terminal, but yeah, finally we have that vehicle terminal under control for NC. One TR is trying to destroy it, but can't quite get that vehicle terminal destroyed. We'll be pushing in infantry, but yeah, we do have the river still up in the sky, so NC should be able to just slowly but surely creep inside geological survey camp.
For sure. I mean, now is the perfect time for a TR back cap. And guess what, Atty? Just as I say it, the back cap begins. People
do you read the future? Do you read the future?
People in the chat say, you know, it's not nice that they're not going for the attack. Well, here's the TR attack. Here it is. There's a beacon up. It's about to go down though because the Reaver just kills it straight away. Where's the TR transition? It's so slow. No, you've only got 5 seconds. You need to be inside the point building. Oh, I think they're all dead, Atty.
Yeah, they were all dead. One does remain, but yeah, all the TR are dead. It is a good try, but kind of light try. But the good thing for them is they made some infantry redeploy. They kept some Reavers in check on Frostfall Overlooks. This is some Reavers that do not exist on Geological Survey Camp yet. One Reaver managed to be taken down by himself. He just run on the triple stack building, but yeah, Frostfall Overlook has been saved. Not a big surprise there, and the attack still continue on Geological Survey Camp, and we are even flipping the point for the NC.
Yep. So the NC are now once again using their pilots to great effect. They've got a harasser nearby at Geological, ready to get to the point. Couple people trying to engage. However, TR is starting to swarm it. Not with a lot of people, just enough to find that heavy assault. He gets shot in the back. That point is now secure. Going to be interesting to see how PTSD choose to assault this point.
Oh, the bolter kind of missed the headshot to still get the kill in the end. But they're still trying to contest that point here. Will be flanked from behind, but yeah, some bolting action here onto the point. Unfortunately, can't quite get the flip for the NC. PTSD is still looking to really contest seriously that point here on Geological Survey Camp. I'm quite amazed that where is PTSD? Like, they are in Sanders, but they
get the vehicles,
yeah.
They want to get their vehicles and their aircraft in, and
big mistake. Big mistake here. The TR repaired the vehicle's terminal and hasn't been destroyed. This is a big oof here for OP, unfortunately. And yeah, it's a few senators will be pulled.
So that's a good opportunity for the NC now to engage. But they're struggling to get on the point. I wonder what's going on in their comms. Like, TR just killed the vehicle terminal now. The NC have a bus on the point. It's smoking blockade and a cobalt with a rear bulldog. They're trying to bring Sunderers slowly but surely, but there's no infantry. There's like,
we are kind of missing that big ball of infantry that it is required to have that big ball of infantry. And yeah, I don't really understand why they are not pulling a harasser from Frostfall Overlook and just drive a harasser inside the base. You can do it without even like hacking the vehicle terminal. So yeah, I don't know. If you can pull a Sunderer inside the base, there is a rule in LaneSmash that if you put a Sunderer inside the base, you can put 2. And if you put 2 Sunderer inside the base, you can also put 2 harasser with it, so the Sunderer stay alive a bit longer. Once Sandy managed to sneak in, that's a double Cobalt Sunderer a lot of damage on infantry, but no splash damage, so very efficient against solo target, not quite efficient enough against a big push of infantry, which is yet to happen, unfortunately, for the TR, but unfortunately for the NC as well. They lost the Thunder. And
okay, so the NC have committed a lock-on jammer gal behind the
I saw it.
It's a good play, but they're not losing Reavers to lock-ons. They're losing Reavers to burst to maxes and skyguards, and that that's a couple people now away from the point. TR kind of doing a small infantry.
Do we have to man? Do you have to man the gals to still provide the effect?
No.
Yeah, because the gal is like a 20-minute timer, so you can just get the gal and land it here, and you have a big.
They did have someone piloting it for about the last 5 minutes. They don't seem to be in it anymore, but there doesn't seem to be enough infantry for both sides on this point.
Yes.
I think I see like
very light.
10, 12 people in total.
Less. Like, yeah, in total, yes, that may be 6v6 here, which.
Is this a new PIL?
Not yet, not yet. That's not. This is not a PIL map, which could be interesting, but would be too bolter oriented, to be honest. But we will see this in July and in October, and September. July, the Peel Invitational.
Hopefully
then we have the second
with
season.
The casting as well.
I do. I will be casting all the tournaments.
Oh, awesome! I'm waiting on a reply to my application. Sad times. TR not really engaging on the point. They're just are they pulling like Skyguards or Lightnings or something? Where are they?
I don't know. There is some battle around the Arm Station here. But it is so strange. We have some Mossies firing at some tanks and Sandra. You don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste time on. You have 3 Mossies. You have the Skyguard here. What are they even doing? OP, you have the cheese, and you are.
Forward. Charge,
you have to charge. You're allowing yourself to be delayed by a lone Vanguard and his repair bus.
Charge! Go forward!
You have to go forward.
Less
than a minute. They will still be able to touch the base, but they have to go forward at some point.
But there's 2 battle buses on the point at Geological Survey Camp.
Yeah.
It's. I don't like to predict things, obviously, but I predict that the TR.
This is our job.
Very hard time.
This is going to be really difficult to defend our base. Most of the Lightnings are a Vanguard. I'm not quite sure that you can, with those Lightning, get inside the base easily and in under 40 seconds to get a defense. Maybe I'm flipping the point. One TR managed to flip the point very quickly. That's still some second 1, but yeah, you are trying to clear up the vehicle, but you have to go inside the base in infantry to go contest. Otherwise, it's gonna be really difficult.
There's the PTSD Sunderers. Where's the infantry gone? There's only one Sunderer left.
There is no beacon. Oh, there is one.
There goes the PTSD Sunderer. 8 seconds left now on the cap timer.
She's going to be close. Very close here. 3 seconds. Can't quite contest. There we go. PTSD. Yeah, bit too late. And oh my god. TR 3 seconds too late. They allowed themselves to get delayed by, I would say, more than 3 seconds by that lone Vanguard and his repair bus.
OP now, actually, but OP are in a good position to retake the base, actually. They've got the beacons up, they have the Lightnings, Spitfire auto trying to bring down. Oh! The medic C4 one of the Lightnings, that's kind of rude. That Spitfire didn't do much. You need 10 of them, I think, in this current meta. So in an okay position to re-engage. At
least to delay the transition of PTSD, make the transition really hard, so they can't can't quite go ham on the next base yet. They have to defend on geological first and burn some nanites and the timer as well. But yeah, they suddenly all disappeared from the points here, and the NC are back. They're on contesting the point.
Did they just
I don't know.
out the base, or did they just die? Because
I think they just retreat in the L shapes. But why? I don't know. Maybe for the same reason that there was a lot of galaxy up in the sky at the beginning of second round.
Yes, yeah, perhaps, yeah.
But we are recontesting it. One heavy versus an infiltrator. The infiltrator down to the pilot will not be able to win his 1v1 versus Dump dead here on his heavy assault. Still keeping the contest alive, but you have two anti coming back inside the point, and Dub dead will be run over, I feel, by the harasser.
He got shot in the face by a shotgun and at the same time got run over.
Fury harasser, Albert harasser, not quite efficient against infantry. The Albert can one-shot, I feel, on the harasser. But yeah, the Fury, it's more for anti-vehicle option.
TR Sunderers are both going. One has already gone, one more about to blow up. There it goes, so that means no Sunderers. There's a bit of TR infantry left in one of the L shapes. The harassers, however, killing them as they try to get from the L shape. In that open ground is where the harassers are striking before they can get to the crystals. So this is geological survey camp. Well and truly safe now for PTSD.
Yeah, we still have that beacon alive for the TR, but you have so many rivers. This is quite impossible to just repush to repush the point. Does not research camp go through? Not quite yet, but you have a lot of rivers directly moving to not research camp.
If I saw this much on a lane in live, I would just redeploy to a different lane. Like,
I will do the same, to be honest. But watch out! Oh, the Maxes can't quite finish their transition. They are intercepted by some grand pounding action. Sanaways goes down, but there is some Maxes that went inside the point of not research camp. It is quite a large building, so the ash spam, the spam of explosive, will be quite inefficient in that big of a building, but the ground pound still need to continue for the NC.
Well,
only 3 Maxes
right?
inside.
The double doors room, which is the point room on this particular powerhouse, is really easy to ground pound from the north side. You can just shoot straight
look
in.
at that double angle. Oh my god, the
You
flanks
don't
from
be inside the double doors room. You wanna be holding from the 50s there at the top of the fat stairs.
Yeah.
NC now coming in with harassers into the base. We saw, I believe it was PTSD on this very same lane, bring Sunderers in. It was either them.
I feel like you could also put Sunderer inside the building, but yeah, you're risk getting destroyed by Punder Maxes. This is Punder Maxes. They are not quite allowed to get anti-infantry weapons. So yeah, RSR will have a very tough time to get inside the building and staying alive inside the building.
Yeah, again, it's just that like the chat has picked up on the turtling of OP. I mean,
that's a big turtle Maxes game, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, I mean, what else could they really do? Because they didn't have the air, they didn't have the ground. They only really have the infantry, which is where they are truly equal, if not have an advantage. So I don't really mind it, but this late in the tournament, you would like
big C4 ferries take down 1 Max. Big small push from the small stair here. 1 Max is already down. Will not be revived, but a good repair grenade keeps some Maxes alive. At least refill a bit their HP. Sanaway will be repaired by one of his engineer. So 3 Maxes are still alive. The 4th one will be rezzed on the TRs. TR still looking to hold strong inside that powerhouse building.
No back cap yet either, which is a shame. It's around the time where you'd be expecting one. A bit of aggression. Those Pounder Maxes doing God's work. The NC now have the downstairs of the powerhouse totally under their control. TR getting air pounded through the double doors. The small stairs is maybe where the big push is going to come, but the big stairs now. Res grenade from the NC comes out, counter grenades by the TR. The TR are just sort of just dying, almost gone.
Yeah, res grenade here will not be able to res maxes, but a lot of infantry has been res for the TR. 20 minutes into the round, remaining into the round. The NC are finally able to get inside the corridor just next to the point room. The archer is out for one of the engineer, very efficient against the maxes, not quite efficient against the infantry, but there is still a lot of maxes inside the point. 2 remaining, 4 2 have been killed already. 1 is really low, the second is half HP, a good fire rocket. 1 is down, 1 was remaining, has been killed. All the TR are wiped from the room of the points.
Oh, they just pushed back in.
Yeah.
Where did the NC go?
They kind of fell short, the NC.
Just not enough people.
Yeah, not enough
Like,
infantry.
again?
The thumper is being used.
That's just BM. They're not. That person doesn't play seriously anymore.
This is quite strange. That it is a thumper from the TR side. I don't know. It is an EMP thumper.
Because that's outrageous.
It is, yeah.
It's almost as bad as like pulling, I don't know, 12 galaxies at the start.
But at least it like kind of throw away a bit the momentum of PTSD. PTSD finally looking to make the move on the point. It was only a matter of time, to be honest, for when PTSD will be able to crack open the turtle of the TR. And now you can just basically, like, you have to keep a good control of the air for the NC, but the rest you can pretty much put everyone inside that point.
Yeah, if I were the NC right now, I'd have a couple people in that point room, just enough to stop them from pushing through the double doors. Try to filter them into the skinny stairs, the small stairs, and just farm them as they come up.
Oh yeah.
Already one TR just tried to flank there and just instantly died.
Flank on to door number 1, the around the big stairs, big concussion grenades. Can we get some damage? You have 1 bolt looking at that angle. Only Bashar managed to get to the middle part of the first stairs.
Why pushing with 2 people?
I don't know. No, to be honest, you can't quite push with 2 people. You were trying to get a good flank from door number 3, from everyone. They are trying to attack from every angle possible.
No. Look at small stairs just outside of it.
Yeah.
They're just crouched there. They're not doing anything.
It would be a shame if a Weaver were to come here and see that. Oh my god, and just say it. Oh my, what is that? What is that? Has been spotted from miles away. Oh my god, the lightning saw it, I feel. Oh my god, the lightning saw it.
So much death and destruction. But what was the idea behind that? Oh guys, we're just gonna stack up.
Let's wait. No, I feel like you want to be sneaky. You're maybe waiting for some maxes to come around, but yeah, I feel you have to push at some point. Here, that was just a regroup for nothing. Unfortunately for the TR, OP not quite in a good shape on not research camp, but I feel like with, let's imagine that PTSD is going to capture not research camp with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. I feel like 12 minutes is not quite enough to really attack that dump station, or you really need to steamroll that dump station.
Oh man, that double doors is now locked off. They've got a cobalt blockade, Sunderer there. That's and then the air control as well. Like, OP guys, how are they on the point? PTSD, all of them left.
Are they C9ing? C9 is a kind of a reference in Overwatch where you kind of throw away the lead that you have by losing the round, by losing the objective. And yeah, PTSD.
Why did they all leave the point?
I don't know.
Again, look.
Well, look once again, you have the reaction a bit earlier. It takes down 2, maybe a third one. No, can't quite get the third kill. But yeah, you have to think about the objective. Once infield managed to sneak through, Kiki here, very sneaky infiltrator here, playing some solid snake action, some splinter cell action. but yeah, not research camp should go through for the NC as long as they stay on the point, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like now the NC have been like, okay guys, we shouldn't be so overconfident, to put it nicely, to just leave the point completely. There was a max crash which got absolutely wiped by the air.
He's just all on the air.
Just doing like a little bit of damage, and then they're getting just ground pounded and then sniped by lightnings, and the Sunderer's still alive, and there it is, 3-0 now to PTSD.
Yes, 3-0 PTSD leading. It was kind of certain, to be honest, that the second round for PTSD would have be a lot more dominant compared to the first round, just because geological survey camp, with the amount of air that you have, you just have to get the control at some point, and PTSD was just too strong, having that big air advantage. And yeah, I feel like on that side, not research camp is also very easy to capture.
Yeah, so there's only really one way that you could take a 1-point amp station in a LaneSmash, and that's to GSD in. And just as I say that, Kianov tries to GSD
a bit, either a bit too early because he's not with his team, and it is unfortunately a bit too late because we have the tactical defense from the TR. TSD run down, timeout, and you can't quite get in. And this is how you defend in LaneSmash against GSD Thunder trying to get inside your base. Just block the entrance with a lot of Thunder, and you can't get inside. You can't quite get inside. The only like very viable strategy is to go by the vehicle terminal, which is not protected by anything because you have to get. Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, they got one.
What are they doing? They didn't flip. Managed to stay alive. Oh, they are going 2 at a time. Yeah.
But they've got a max or 2 in there, and then that one's gone down. One of them is self-reviving. He takes the res, dies. They've TR got 2 Sunderers left in. They have to pull new Sunderers. Go.
Yeah. The thing is, for the TR, you need to keep the flow running of Thunder. As long as you run out of Thunder, you're dead.
Coming in for the push. One of them just kind of just off straight
Are
away.
they hesitating? They are going around.
Maybe they want to go around. They realise there's not that many Sunderers left in that area now.
I feel like they have to wait a bit to have like more Thunderers and try to come as one from every angle. You can't quite defend every angle as the TR here. One side is very lightly armored against the Thunderer. More and more Thunderer by the time as the time flies by for the TR on the point for Notom Station, so it will be really difficult. So we are going to go for the long way on the NC side by overloading every generator, but the vertical generator is not being overloaded. So is it because we can't quite get the overload up and running on North Research Camp, because North Research Camp is under backup, and it was the case 14 seconds before the vertical generator can be hacked here and overload.
So I think their plan is they kill the generators. They could then shoot in with everything they've got, so air, sunderers, everything.
Yeah.
The back cap has been cleaned up, for at least for now, while they overload all the generators.
10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes remaining.
And you just heard there, actually 10 minutes left. So as long as there's no hiccups with the
It is quite short.
They have time, but they have to make sure those generators stay down.
Yeah, it has to be perfect, or near perfect, to be honest. That generator needs to go down the vertical one, and then it is a 6 minutes, 6 minutes and a half maybe, timer on the arm station, so you have to be really quite efficient, to be honest.
Yeah, and all the while, just the TR can get a back cap going and just completely hinder everything, or they could just take the tunnels, repair the generators.
Backup is soon to be on his way. Beacon drops onto North Research Camp. Damn dead. Get the kill on the infantry. The lone defender that was staying onto the point. But I feel like those kind of play the game of the NC, because the NC needs to wait for the generator to go down. And will take some time, so you're not doing nothing for the NC at least, and the TR are kind of wasting timers and nanites trying to get the backup here onto North Research Camp, and this is some thunder that will not be pulled. But yeah, if the attempts become a lot more serious, the TR can suddenly protect their arm station, because we are closing in on 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the TR will use this as an opportunity to go repair those generators. The timer continues to tick down. Huge pressure coming in from NC and double doors. Point flips momentarily. Still contested, however.
Yeah. We have a big res grenade coming onto the point for the NC. The TR has been pushed back inside the corridors. Kiki tried to take the angle with his bolter. Can't quite get any kill. Unfortunately, Kiki goes down. No, she stayed alive, which is very, very low. But the TR can't quite contest any longer on North Research Camp. And the generator are down on the arm station.
So now that those generators are down, it just takes the NC a few moments to secure this point, but the TR not letting it go.
Yeah, and managed to push back.
Inside the server. Here comes the next infantry push. One heavy assault challenges them. They go down.
Big res here coming in onto the point will be cleaned up by the NC here, and yeah, we should have the strong defense on North Research Camp. All the Thunder, the generator are down. All the Thunder are looking to get killed on the home station, but you would have preferred to keep the generator up for the NC, as it does protect the TR from the NC attacks, but it also protects the NC from the TR attack from the exterior.
Yeah, but there won't. Yeah. So, in my opinion, oh, there goes the generator. So it doesn't
one
even
repair.
matter, it's been repaired.
This is the dance of the arm station. Why it's one of the most boring, like, base to really attack. I'm really trying to avoid. It's been like 1.5 years, maybe 2 years that I haven't stepped inside the point of a 1-point arm station. To be honest, I try to avoid those as much as possible. The 3-point are fine, but the 1-point are really, really boring. But yeah, we are closing in. It is officially impossible for the NC to cap not arm station. So yeah, they're just looking to deny the back cap as much as possible, which they should be able to do. So PTSD should technically win this around 3-0. The worst case scenario for them would be winning by 3-1.
Shield
So the TR waiting on the back cap now. I'm not seeing anything really. Like, I think this is it. Ati, I think this is the final scoreline we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Which is going to be 3-0 most likely. About 5 minutes left to go. The NC have pulled a few people back as well to their fair, not research, because they realise there's not enough time to cap the amp station. So they're pulling back now. They're bringing Max onto the point. They're going to turtle, not research camp, to avoid losing even a single point to OP.
Yeah.
And then so this is most likely it now.
Yeah, it is.
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, 5 minutes remaining, so I have 10 seconds. Well, yeah, I'm 10 seconds ahead of the referee timer, which is fine. Nothing crazy is going to happen. And yeah, to be honest, the turtle game of OP was really strong. They managed to burn a lot of the timer of each round. The first round was really exceptional, to be honest, with that old for very long time of Frostfall Overlook with a lot of maxes. They managed to hold for, I would say, 7 minutes and a half with 11 to 10 maxes on the points with a lot of NG and medics. So yeah, that was quite a good achievement, I would say, for OP to hold that strong. Then the next few repush with the lightning were quite good, but yeah, in the end, NC had to cap that Frostfall Overlook.
It just feels like it doesn't sit well that, you know, the fact that, you know, you just like, okay,
what NC's doing,
you know, short stack turtles, right? But you still want to be going into the game thinking, you know, we're going to try and win. This is how we're going to do it. Maybe OP strategy was to get PTSD to really commit to the assault at Frostfall Overlook, and then they could transition over to geological survey.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I do agree.
The air control just meant that wasn't a reasonable thing to even assume, which was a shame. And now we see TR Thunderers coming into not research, getting pounded by the Reavers. They just lost a Skyguard as well. One of the Thunderers is burning, one of them has deployed. They're pushing now with infantry into the door 1 area. It doesn't look like I mean, there's not enough time to even lift the base properly. But
oh
they
my
might
god.
try to get on the point.
TR tried to on a push with I would say 10 people. 2 TR managed to sneak on the point because they got killed by the air. We had a res, so more TR are coming in. But yeah, it has been the story of the match, to be honest. Strong air for the NC, strong turtle game from the TR. But TR, I do agree that they were kind of missing that that transition state, that transition step, where having the great turtle is not it is a viable strat, but it is a viable strat to pair that big turtle with at least some backcapped attempt, and we didn't see that much backcapped attempt from the TR.
The big difference between these two teams, because they were like they were equal right at the start of the preseason. You know, new teams, not a lot of experience between the two, and then during the preseason, and even during the season so far, PTSD have been training constantly to improve, right? And it pays off, because now, you know, OP have kind of just stagnated. They haven't really improved much from their first matches. They've improved a little bit in terms of, you know, their communications seem to be better because they're moving a bit faster. You know, they are actually coming into matches with strats where previously it didn't really look like it. But PTSD, because they've trained so much and they've practiced so much and they've committed so much to improving, that's the deciding factor of this game. It's not you know, the NC super PTSD super outplaying them. It's just the fact they've practiced so much, and it's what you want, like, from teams in a tournament, right? To have that constant level of improvement. And so personally, I'm really excited to see PTSD in that A bracket in June.
We have a fest here of Harasser and Valkyries and Reavers over Geological Survey Camp just to celebrate, I would say celebrate the end of the regular season for the two teams, OP and PTSD. PTSD ending their season with a win, so they are pretty much ready for the playoffs, and it's going to be a tough task versus the A bracket teams, but definitely doable for PTSD. They showed a lot of great qualities, but yeah, I feel like their opponent was really strange to play. I really feel like on a more on a different lane, on a more standard opponent, PTSD might have been able to take the victory with a bigger margin, to be honest. And OP just played just to turtle and just to not lose that badly against PTSD, which they have been quite successful to do it, to be honest. So yeah, I would say well played for both teams, PTSD and OP, and we should have the interview ready anytime soon.
I've got a couple of questions for both team captains here. I'm definitely gonna have to ask about those galaxies, right?
Oh, yeah, it is a mandatory question, to be honest. So yeah, let's move them over our channel, and let's have a bit of a chat with our team captain for PTSD and OP. Let's go.
User was
and then
moved
we
to
saw
your
your
channel.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
And we saw the harassers coming to us.
Oh my gosh.
Hello. So PTSD, the team captain, will be senior brother bro. So well played. Congratulations for that victory. And for OP, we have Kiki from Horik and Sanawe. Sorry, I don't know your main outfit, so feel free to just say it right now.
I'll play with a solo outfit currently, so don't care about my outfit.
Okay, so we have Sanawe for OP. So I would say congratulations for not that big of a loss, to be honest. And it was a very interesting game to watch. So we have a few questions to talk to you. So, but yeah, I feel like go ahead, Dubnus. You have a very important question to ask. Maybe senior brother or even the OP team captains.
So why the galaxies, first of all, right?
It was not us.
Okay.
Kiki, do you want or should I? Go for it.
If you would. Okay, so we had a problem, which was we fighting against PTSD, which is one of the top team of the bracket, and we're like, we need to find a way to create cover on Geo, because that point is awful to hold. So we were just hanging out and was like, what about putting Galaxy on top of the crystal? Do they explode? And we tried, and they didn't explode, so we thought, let's put 15 Galaxy on top of the crystal. And that's how we came up with it.
It's just
because we needed to create cover and a way to also have anti-air guns. So on top of the Galaxy, you put the anti-air gun, because we saw that you had a lot of ESF and flying other things. So yeah, this is what we did.
Well, just to slow you down in the end. We know we would lose the base, so we did everything to slow you down.
Yeah, that was the purpose of all our strat.
Yeah, we could tell, Ati and I, because also you guys had the lightning pulls in the first half, which worked quite well. You know, you removed PTSD's armor.
We made the mistake on the first round where we could have pulled again the lightnings, and I didn't go for it because it seemed to me that when we pulled our Sky Guards and Hesh lightnings, we sort of got the upper hand around defending the base, and we could have. It was really frustrating because we could have defended it then. But we didn't.
I see. And so PTSD, senior bro, what do you think about, when you lost that point hold at Phosphor Overlook the first time to the Lightnings? What was your reaction? Because it seemed to us, looking in from the observer cams, that there just wasn't enough infantry on that point.
Yeah, that, and we had the comms for that massive lightning pull, but at that situation we had not enough cheese, especially AV cheese, around the base to deal with all those lightnings. They would anyway, in one way or another, overwhelm us. And that was the mistake, that we didn't put in enough infantry onto point on the first try, and then we tried to fumble our way through with beacons, where we should have made the clear call, guys, we do a hard reset, we set up everything like we did in the first and the second push, when they did that to us again, where we did it better. So that was a tactical issue, but it was inconvenient, like or unusual, and that was really fascinating, because we were not surprised, but the effectiveness was what surprised us of all those lightning. So really well done.
Yeah, I really agree on that. That maybe facing a more standard opponent would have been easier for PTSD, like at least an easier win in terms of score and even performance in the rounds, because you could have go 3-0 on the first round, because capturing that biolab is a lot easier compared to capturing the arm station. But it was just the turtle game from OP was just too strong. And speaking of the turtle game, it is quite strong, so you can technically build on it. What would you had on that big turtle game on the OP side to just try and get the next step to go maybe on the back cap?
Yeah, we did have a back cap strategy up. It didn't quite work out. The back cap strategy was in the nature of this game, it was slightly different. We were going to hold the 2 L shapes and have 7 cloaker infiltrators dropping down to the point.
7.
Yeah.
I saw one. So they had a really great. They did a really great job.
we couldn't get the second beacon up in time.
Yeah.
I had to pull myself out of the squad, and I couldn't get someone to put a beacon up. So yeah, it kind of messed us up. But yeah, that was fun. Something different to try.
Yeah, it was also to be honest, we were expecting a kind of a steamroll from PTSD, just knowing PTSD improved so much from the regular season, and that OP was at the beginning of the season was kind of at the same level as PTSD were, but we knew that there was a lot more training on the side of PTSD, so we were hoping PTSD being dominant. But OP, man, you showed up big time here on this match. We weren't expecting that much pressure on PTSD from you, so I'm quite amazed, and I would say well played.
If I may interfere, we had training matches with PTSD before the usual rounds, and they steamrolled us. I think that's been the best match we played against PTSD so far.
And that's the way you want to play. You want to bring your A game for the game, not really, but you want to play at 80% strength on training, I would say. But it is really important to re-step up for the game.
Yeah, well, whilst we haven't put as much time in as PTSD, I think we've improved every week on week with our team. I look back to our first match against Foon, and we were all over the place compared to what we were doing today. So yeah, there's a lot of improvement from our side, and I can see PTSD are still they're a good team.
So I have a quick question for the OP guys. If you didn't as much training or more training practice than PTSD has done, do you guys feel like this match result could have been a lot more different?
Probably not. Probably burn ourselves out.
Maybe if we would have been able to train as much as PTSD, and our guys wouldn't have done that. So it's more a question of if we would have done it. I think maybe it could have been a bit closer, but overall PTSD is simply the better team than us, and we knew it from the start. So we tried our best, but we already knew that we were going to lose.
We've got quite a lot of infantry in our roster, so we tried to play to that strength however we can, which in LaneSmash is quite difficult.
And played you did.
Yeah, and that's where Kiki came up with these slightly alternative strategies.
That's Kiki strat. I'm I'm not amazed by that. That
What?
Kiki is the one with those strange stats.
So yeah, the purpose was to create like a way to surprise the enemy, like with weird, I don't know, something that they never saw before, so they don't know really how to react. And yeah, we will lose. That was kind of the purpose, but really, everything was made in the idea to slow them down and to be as annoying as much as we can
And have some fun.
and have
Yeah, the
a
fun.
load
The fun
of
is the main bit.
Yes, that was.
Thanks for the flash sort of harasser thing at the end.
That was
wasn't
quite
expecting that
hilarious.
flashes.
Yeah,
I just saw a lot of population at YMO Biolab, so I just said, let's have a harasser race to YMO Biolab.
Yeah, we saw on the timer that there was not enough time to get the M station anymore, and then it was not enough time that you can take not research anymore. And so I said, guys, come on, let's celebrate a bit for our winning streak through the bracket, and we're gonna do a flash race. And when our goal for the flash race was the beginning of the bridge, and suddenly someone says there are lots of harassers, and the Harvard is assumed.
It's like perfectly timed.
Yeah, it was perfectly timed, right in the middle.
Yeah, I would have a question for both team reps. What would you think about because the end of the game are in general anticlimactics, the end of the rounds, because you don't have enough times to, even if you start the timer, to capture the base. What would you think about a rule of adding overtime? As long as there is a timer running, we enter the zone of overtime, and the overtime ends when a base is captured or fully defended. What are your thoughts on having that overtime rule?
Not. Brings too much variables and assumptions into that thing. Just leave it as it is. Like, if teams can control their time, they should always run a timer for themselves and check what the time is, so that they can also save up nanites when you see that the cap is not going through. So save your nanites. I want to have the option to save nanites at the end, instead of wasting all my nanites in the first round for possible overtime just to fail it and then run out of nanites in the second round. That would be awful.
Yeah, I agree. And I use that, the sort of 2-3 minutes at the end of the round, to have a very quick debrief with the squad, everyone save up nanites, and start talking about the second round opener. So that sort of time built in is quite helpful, because the time between the rounds isn't that long.
Yeah, it is quite true that we had like a 8-minute break, maybe, or even less, maybe. So yeah, it is quite short, to be honest.
Yeah,
so,
in some lanes like this, we had that issue with our vanguards. We had miscommunications in between the rounds. We joined the continent too soon. Then again, there was a statement on Discord that you can join the continent once the things are flipped. That's why we already watch when the continents or when the warp gates are flipped. But anyway, it was miscommunication. So, and our vanguards need over 3 minutes to drive from the warp gate towards the starting base. And now imagine that you're staffed of nanites and you have to coordinate people to pull that stuff. That's a nightmare, and I would never want that.
Yeah, I think we similar to that, we shot ourselves in the foot in the first round, where our strategy was to pull 12 maxes, and we got to the base, pulled 12 maxes, and then you called round restart. So that goes 450.
Yeah, that was also mildly frustrating.
I think that was our fault. Someone from our side redeployed too early. So it's our own fault, but yeah, everyone, half a squad, well, a full squad with 450 less nanites, didn't help.
Yeah. So if you guys have any last word, maybe a last question from you, Dobnus, and in order to close out this interview, and yeah, so feel free.
Final question. This one's towards Senior Bro. Now looking forward into the tournament, you're going to be going into the A bracket teams. You've topped your group, so congratulations on that. How do you think you guys are going to fare in the rest of the tournament?
Our goal let's say our goals have changed along the tournament. At first, we wanted to get a steady group that can win some games. in our practices, and I'm very thankful for my whole team to push through all those practices. In our practices, we have seen that we can actually hope for more than just winning a few matches. And when the tournament started, we had a fair grip on our standing in our group. And so we said, guys, let's our RSPC is definitely the one we need to beat. And if we can do that, then we should strive for the first place in our bracket, which we did now. And now we want to have the B bracket champion title, more or less. So we want, in the playoffs, we want to come out as first. That is our goal right now. And everything after that is just bonus. We are aware that especially against the TM team, we are probably get outclassed on all levels. We will still try it. We want to see how we compare to them. And of course, to your short stack guys as well. And yeah, but that is just bonus. Our target is to win the group stage and the playoffs, and anything that comes after that will be a juicy bonus for us that we can celebrate.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, GG.
GG.
Yeah, GG guys.
Thanks
GG
for
to
the
you. Thank you
pretty
very much.
Nice and funny match.
It
Yeah,
was
GG. Good luck.
really fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah, see you later,
thanks to
guys.
you too, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
User
ya.
left your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
And there we have it. Finally, our game ends, the interview ends, and very interesting game, to be honest. I was not expecting this, and I'm quite surprised. I'm quite happy to have witnessed that kind of match, even though in the end the result was kind of a one-sided result. But the overall play was quite enjoyable to watch from the OP side. PTSD was really on point. They were missing here and there some transition, but overall they were on point. So that's going to be it. Thank you very much, Dubnus, for co-casting with me. We will see you tomorrow because I'm casting your game, Short Stack versus TM, tomorrow.
Time to turtle.
Yeah, time to turtle because yeah, can throw a team away of their main strategy. So yeah, we will see. So yeah, tomorrow we have 2 games. One is starting at 14 UTC, and your game is starting at, if I'm not mistaken, 19 UTC.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys, for more Planetside. It was Atypic with Dubnus. Thank you very much. And stay tuned to Planetside Battles for more LaneSmash and Planetside. Bye-bye.